go. Hello, hello, hi. Hello, everybody. Hi. Hello, hello, hi. Welcome to That Time, That Degrees, and This Date. How we all doing? Cheers, 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 cheers. No bang tonight. Well, I can't say no bang tonight. I might pull over and grab a bang because I haven't had a bang in a few days. My wife ordered me a lot of Celsius. Celsius is healthy for you, but it doesn't do what the bang does. It doesn't do the bang job. All right. Excuse me. Excuse me. All right, let's go. Let's go for a drive because that's all I'm good for these days. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? We will be starting a show in about 25 minutes. Hopefully it will be fun and exciting for you. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to going home, cracking a couple beers, and watching it later. If I do my job correctly, which isn't much tonight, if I do my job correctly, I will not be able to enjoy the fun because I'll be part of the fun. And what that fun is, I don't know. It's not up to me, it's up to the public. And I can't say it's up to these scanners because I don't have any scanners. I don't have any scanners. So far, a shooting, a fatal head struck, and a small fire. That sounds like you're doing all right, Jason. Sounds like you're doing good. Sweet. We're about to start the show here in just a few moments. I didn't watch TV this morning, so I don't know if Alex got any hits. I know he did feed the bridge story this morning when I last left. I was at the bridge. Alex showed up there and shot the story and fed it out. I don't know if we got any hits, but he did get on the freeway. He made friends with the freeway construction workers, and he got some good stuff. All right, you guys, I found out who shot Biggie. Johnny Depp solved the case. Finally figured it out. Just thought I'd pass that on to you guys because that's like major news. I was this old when I found out who shot Biggie. Detective Poole is a badass mother flipper. Yeah, Detective Poole's a badass mother flipper. Oh, I ain't gonna make that fire. Although that's where I was going, but I ain't gonna make that fire. Although that's where I was going, I ain't gonna make that fire. Uh-oh. I'm not going to make that either. I'm not going to make any of these things. I am going to make this drive enjoyable. Enjoy the drive, everybody. don't want to go. I lied. I'm a big liar. Loyal, pants on fire. All right, so I am shooting for Stringers Live tonight and LLN, depending on. What's going on here? No way. Wow. All right. It appears that they have opened the southbound side. And they might have finished ahead of schedule, because this was all closed last night. This is not supposed to, was not reported closed. Northbound is open. Oh wow. I was not expecting that. That's cool. I was not expecting that. But there's pouring some concrete over here. We saw the concrete machine come in yesterday with and not just like concrete trucks, like this big machine that somebody here knows what it's called, but it basically looks like an anteater and it pours the concrete. It also looks like it could blow, but it doesn't blow or suck. I think it just pours. Am I right, guys? You can look at Adam. You can look at Alex's footage. Go to PMTV and you'll see it. It's that big blue hose-looking thingamabobber. How's everyone's Saturday? It's very quiet in here, which is good because you guys should be listening to Damon anyways in about 20 minutes. We're going to be doing a Stringers Live show here real soon, everybody. I'm just going for a ride. I could turn some music on, but I think I'll wait. I'll wait it out. Yeah, no, not the cement mixers. This was more of a cement pourer. I'm sure there were cement mixers to feed the pour. Ooh, here's all that traffic because of that freeway shutdown. Look at all the traffic on the southbound side. Left hand starting to back up right there. And it's just continued to back up all night. Why is everybody in a hurry? Or is it me just getting older? People who are older drive slower. I'm seeing it happen to me. Actually, I'm just in less of a hurry these days. My wife this morning said something along the lines of, I was watching you last night, looked like you were having fun. Looked like it was a pretty chill night. I go, yeah, no scanners. It was absolutely a great night. There were no scanners. Just like right now, it's absolutely a great night. There are no scanners. I am not listening to other people's problems right now. I'm just sitting here creating content, floating around, just making a square for Professor Marvel. That's all I'm doing. I'm just giving him a square. Now, if I get lucky and come upon a story, I might have to, like, depending on how that story gets got, I can go home later and feed it out to the stations if I want, but for right now, I'm just shooting for Stringers Live. I do have cameras with me, but I don't have a big old camera with me. But, as we've learned through time, it's not the size of the pencil, it's how well you write with it. So, just in case you guys did not hear me earlier, I found out today who shot Biggie. So, that's a big deal. That's a big deal. And the case will never get solved, or at least, well, no, I think it'll always be an open case. I think that's how they're going to leave it. mean, it's solved already. They just can't bring it to court. Like I said, man, Detective Poole and Johnny Depp, amazing mother flippers. I forced myself to watch a movie today before I took a nap, and the movie was City of Lies. You guys need to watch City of Lies. And what's crazy about City of Lies, there's a part in there where somebody does something to someone, and I have footage of that someone being chased by LAPD. So there's like 3 or 4 or 5 movies that I can run here in the LAPD area. There was a little bit of a scandal going on, and during that scandal, somebody was shot, and I have footage of that dude being chased years later in his Hummer. It was crazy. And then anytime they talk about General McCarthy, that relates to the Hastings thing. Anytime they talk about, I'm going to say this wrong, but Zakari being shot and killed, that relates to me. I was arrested that night because he was shot and killed. I mean, I was arrested that night because of my actions, but because he was shot and killed is why I was arrested. Otherwise, I might have been just yelled at. But because the ports were in heightened alert because they had just killed the number 2 guy on the 52 card deck, they weren't taking any chances. Now, I was arrested, but I was not convicted of anything. The only thing I was convicted of is I did lose a really cool jacket. But besides that was the least of my worries. But yeah, that was pretty cool, man. City of Lies. I can't believe I missed it. Well, I can believe I missed it. It came out in 2018, and I was a little busy in 2018. And I forced myself to watch a movie today because I wanted to take a nap. Because I knew I was going to float out here and talk for 3 hours straight because there's no scanners in this car. But yeah, there's a few Hollywood movies that relate to some of my stories. And today, I watched one of them take place. Which is cool because as time goes on, I always have that. You can't take that away. You can't take away that story and that I shot somebody related to that story. You can't take away the Zakari thing. That's a story. I was arrested that night. That's a great story. You can't take away, and you won't hear, oh, never mind. We don't need to get into that. And you can't take away the Hastings thing and all the, things that are related to that and General McCarthy. I think that was his name. Crystal McCarthy or something along those lines. I don't know these things. I don't even know my own history. I just know that at some point I'm going to have to drink a bang so we can just keep talking. No, I didn't get arrested all over a jacket. I just lost a jacket in the process of being of that. I didn't lose the jacket in the process of being arrested. The jacket's kind of why I was arrested. I've told the story many times, and a lot of people lied that night except for me, and that's why I was never convicted. A lot of people lied to save their butt, and then a lot of people see one thing and think another. But when you have a lawyer who's good at what he does, and when the truth is the truth, he was able to find out and figure everything out. And I was not arrested for impersonating a firefighter. I was not arrested for trespassing on government property. I was not, well, okay, I lied. I was arrested for all those things. I was not convicted for trespassing on government property. I was not convicted for impersonating a firefighter. I was not convicted for those 2 things. I was arrested for those 2 things, but I was not convicted for those 2 things. Those all happened the night that Zakari was shot. So anytime I see a movie that has to do with Zakari, I was like, oh, I know what I was doing the night of this. Anytime I see the Hastings thing, I know what I was doing during the night of this. And now anything I see with, dude, I can't believe that relates to that. And when I say that relates to that, if you've seen the movie, we can talk about it. Spoiler alert, it came out 4 years ago. Anybody see it? Anybody see City of Lies? Anybody know the truth? Anybody know why there is an open case on Mr. Wallace? it's not a rhetorical question, but I can't really see your responses. So it's a question that I'm gonna not really, unless I get off, I can exit up here somewhere here. You saw it? Detective George, you saw it. So it's my understanding that is a pretty spot on. It's not like Hollywood embellishment type movie. I mean, obviously nobody was there for the words. You can't make up words that people say except for the court. Those words are what people said. But from what I understanding, that is basically the story of it and why. And it's crazy. So I won't say his name because I don't want to ruin it for other people, even though it is 4 years old. But out of the 3 officers, one of those officers shot somebody while he was on duty. That dude got a big settlement, ended up in a wheelchair, and at some point in my career, that guy was involved in a chase in his Hummer down the 110 freeway. And everybody told me at the end of the chase, that is the guy who was shot by so-and-so. And that's why he was driving that Hummer. And then, isn't that crazy why they could not put it? It's not like they didn't want to get justice. It's they didn't want to bankrupt the city. Dude, it was nuts. And so, and I will tell you this, and I'm not looking at the comments, I only saw detectives that he saw it, so I'm a little bit talking to him. I will say this. If the movie is not true, I want to believe it is. And then we all know who killed Tupac. And the guy who killed Tupac, he dead. It's my understanding, if I'm not mistaken, the guy that Tupac beat up in Vegas is the dude who shot him, and that guy just happened to die a week later. Is that correct? Is that correct? Both of these murders have been solved. You guys are welcome. I like that, James B. I like that. I like that. You know why, James? Because it's an open case. James is smart. It's an open case. And now we know why it's an open case. Dude, that is nuts. That is crazy. And then James B, for me to have chased that dude. And you know what's so crazy, man? I love the line. Like when they said the name and we'll call him the journalist. Hold on a second. I saw him one night. What's his name? I was at Hollywood Athletic Club playing pool, and I saw him one night. The dude who played the journalist. Why can't I think of Good Morning Vietnam? Why can't I think of his name? He was in Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Why can't I think of his name right now? Oh my gosh, I feel like an idiot. He won an Oscar for the King of. I can name every movie he's in, but for some reason I draw a blank right now when I'm trying to say his name. And I don't want to look at the screen because I want it to come to my head right now. I want it to come on. Uh-oh. None of these things are helping me with my story. So anyways, I was ranting and talking about who killed Biggie and Tupac, and the fact that, oh damn, and it was when he said the officer's name, and then man, come on, dude, just keep drawing. I keep going to that same spot. You know when your mind keeps going to the same files and then it just stops? That's what my mind's doing. And it won't move forward until it gets the name. And that bothers me. All right, thank you, man. I can't, for some reason, Mr. Whitaker's name was not flowing in my head. So anyways, when Forrest Whitaker said, why do I know that name? And then Detective goes, because I made him famous. I had no idea about that part. And then when he was in court and he was supposed to say this and then something else, I was like, dude, it's weird when it all, like, I don't know. Maybe because I grew up here and those things happened here and we listened to that music here. It was just kind of like, all right, cool, that's over with now. I don't have to worry about that anymore. I don't have to worry about who killed Tupac and Biggie. But I will tell you this, my mind doesn't have to worry about it no more. Like if anybody says, man, I wonder who did it, I'm like, nah, dude, let me tell you about who did it. There's this movie and it'll tell you who done did it. And I believe it. Call me a moron. Call me gullible. But nobody can tell me different because it is an open investigation. All right, we're about to do a live show starting here in about 4 minutes, everybody. Hopefully, there is some real stories somewhere besides me talking about who killed Biggie and Tupac. But I forced myself to watch a movie today, and it's a movie I've been wanting to watch for a few weeks, so I enjoyed it. It was great. PKS. The Hummer was not a part of the movie, but we'll call him Officer P. He only shot one dude, well, that we know of, and put one dude in a wheelchair that we know of. That was the dude who I got a pursuit of years later. Daytime. I'm guessing RMG. I'm guessing I was with RMG and it was a weekend. Because I used to work weekend days. And I didn't really do days with LLN until COVID. Because there was a reason why I worked weekend days when I was with RMG or on scene. All right, man, this place is booming right now. This place is a booming. So no, the movie doesn't mention the Hummer. See? It's called dead air. Dead air sucks. That's why I was just yapping about things I saw today. I also saw the back of my eyelids for a couple minutes. That was cool. I also saw Bronson. We hung out today. Rode some bikes, rode some skateboards. Then it got too hot. We didn't want to be outside anymore. Everybody, hello, hi, welcome. Hopefully you can catch the action on stringerslive.com, stringers.live, Stringers Live YouTube page. Enjoy the show. I haven't watched any of those Tupac and Biggie documentaries. Do any of them mention the storyline of the movie? Is that what those documentaries say? Do those documentaries say what the movie said? I haven't watched them. I don't like watching documentaries that I lived through. Like maybe later. That means I'm old. Off to mod stringers. Flex, 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 James. Flex, 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 James. Oh my gosh. It is a Ford Explorer party, and we're not invited. Oh man, there's like three Ford Explorers parked over there, and it looks like we're not invited to the party. It's a party, I could lie if I want to. You would lie too if it happened to you. Bum, 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 dun, 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 dun. All right. Here we go. Driving down the street. Let's go find some stories. And try not to become one. Well, now what do we do, you guys? How's the show? How many boxes we got? What's going on? Casa Vega. Hola, amigos. I did not watch Mortal Kombat. I probably won't watch Mortal Kombat. Let's put it this way, man. I just watched a movie from 2018. I'm slowly catching up. I don't really watch TV, which is funny. I don't even watch the news anymore. I don't watch the news. I don't watch TV. I did force myself to watch a movie today. And now when I say force myself, please, please, please don't feel bad for me. Somebody has to lay in their bed and watch these things so they can report to you. I'll bite the bullet. I'll bite the bullet. No, me. Oh. They must have not liked my braking sounds. That was rude. Uh-oh. Looks like Media One is going 360. Looks like Media One's going 360. Put on your VR headphones and head over to Media One, or you can watch Media One through Damon. But it looks like Media One went 360. I wonder where he's at. I know where I am and where I'm not. I am not where he is, unless he's following me. I'm going to one of the easiest places to cover. You're only listening to two things. I'm listening to nothing, but I have the capabilities of at least being notified about one of those two things. So this is the easiest place to cover when you're new, just getting started, or want to learn, because you can make your circle bigger from here. But anytime I've always started new guys, this is where I put them. And this is where I am now because, well, basically I'm a new guy. Because new guys don't have anything. I don't have anything. I got a cell phone and an iPad. Oh, and a GoPro. So I am basically low-key starting out from the bottom. Starting out from the bottom, and maybe we'll get here. Started from the top and now we here. Started from the top and now we here. Very quiet, very quiet, very quiet, it's very quiet, it's very quiet. It's gonna be quiet. Weather's crazy lately. It was warm, it was hot, it was cold, and now it was warm, cold. All these things. Yes, I can, PKS. I absolutely can. I even have a little button here that says it. I can just press on it at any moment. But for some reason I haven't touched that button yet. What up, see you? I did see that you sent it to me. I pressed on it enough to see if I saw the word live on the page. I did subscribe to the page, and I wanted to see it if I was going to add it on to Stringers Live. But welcome, tell Paulie I said, welcome to the future. It will take him a long time to make money off of that page, but Paulie is all about informing. This is going to be a new way for him to inform, and then if we come back and talk about this in a year, he'll be in a different place. He's going to be able to build his page faster and bigger than most people just starting a page. Besides old content, he is continually creating new content. So that page in a year from now will be much more than what it is today when it just, basically started. When I looked at it, it had a 6-hour thing. So now we're looking at 12 hours ago you guys started that page. So congratulations, tell Paulie, right on. Welcome to the future. I'm excited to see him. I'll be talking to him soon. And what up, dude? Do you go live? Are you going live yet? See you. Hey, PKS. Mr. LAFD. PKS, see? LAFD says hi. He didn't really say hi, but he says hi by commenting and texting on here. He says hi. So maybe I don't need to listen to things. He knows where I am. Maybe I don't need to listen to things. I have the I almost insulted him by saying I have the dispatcher right here. Sorry about that, sir. Whew, my bad, my apologies. We have better than the dispatcher here. We have the dispatcher's boss, kind of, maybe. Anyways, what's up, buddy? Oh, that was a weird noise. Fatal fire on the west side. Dude, that's a weird noise that that's making right now. I am, I mean, you can see where I am. I'll see if I could look for it right now. That might be fun to take the crew to. All right, well, thank you for the address. Thank you for the address. CPKS? All right, well, it looks like if the PIO's en route, that means there will be interviews, which means behind the scenes, which is what I love to do right now, which is basically an easy fix. So, one, let me let people know where I'm going. And when I mean people, I mean myself along with Captain Marvel and other people as well. I'm not too far from it, so that works out for us. Good for us. All right, now let me let these guys know. Thank you, sir. It's funny too. And you know what? I know what. No, I don't know what fire that is, or do I? Did I hear that fire come out? When I say here, I mean that noise. I know there was one over on the west side because I was going to take the 10. Either way, it doesn't matter. Does not matter. Does not matter. Looks like OC Hawk might have a chase. That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, so let's get out of here. Let's see. And the answer is, yep, it is the fire that I heard go out. It was right when we were around the 6th Street Bridge. Uh-oh, I should have made a left. Definitely should have made a left. Definitely should have made a left. All right, I'm not a fan of this one at all. Let's do it like this. Is it you? Nope. Nah, I'm doing the right thing. I'm actually okay. Look at me. What I don't like is how it's doing that, though. So is there another one that I'm not aware of? Yay. And the thing about it is, so I'm not like working like I'm retired, which is a joke because obviously I'm not retired, but I'm just retired of a certain aspect of what I used to do. So while I'm in limbo right now, I have the ability to look at things. I just kind of choose not to. It's more fun this way. I can look to see if we've already fed this story. I could look at my notifications to see where the fatal was. I was just, when I'm live, I'm kind of fun. So the word's free balling. I'm free balling it right now. And it's fun to do it this way on purpose. Because I have, let's see. Now, of course, I want to make the Stringers Live show better. That would be great. But at the same time, this is fun for me, challenging myself to do it this way. Like, it's not going to change my day if I go to this fire or if I don't go to this fire. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna make the same amount of money or not gonna make the same amount of money by going to this fire. Now, I found out about this fire, and speaking of a fire, I found out about this fire organically through LAFD. That is amazing. That's awesome. That is way better than me hearing the story, going to the story, finding out that it was there. Like, I have so many different ways of finding things out, but this is fun like this. And I'm also showing you something low-key without showing you or telling you what I'm doing. So you guys figure it out. Somebody did mention it once. I have my reasons for doing it like this. Now, granted, most of you guys are not going to have the LAFD where you are. I'm a very lucky gentleman. We at Stringers Live are very lucky. We at LLN are very lucky. And all the other streamers who string here and stream here in Los Angeles are lucky to have LAFD on their side as well. Chilly, might have to throw a jacket on. So if the helicopters are overhead live at 10 while I'm there, it's the weekend, they're not going to have any helicopters out, my bad. Although there is a pursuit, Fox might show up, but I believe, if I'm not mistaken, there are not any helicopters out right now, and I don't think the helicopters would launch for a fatal fire. But if so, you're going to be able to see. I'll be very reflective. I have my LLN vest on. And with it being a fatality fire, the story's not going anywhere. The story is going to be a fatality fire until the morning. So when I get there, I don't need to jump out of the car, run and gun, get in the way, do this. I can park, take my time, put my jacket on, put my GoPro on my rig for the night. I always build different rigs for different occasions. You guys have seen the different rigs throughout time. It always I never have the same rig for the same thing. I always have different rigs for different occasions. So tonight's rig is live on the go, but also able to hit record with the GoPro. My game plan was actually to take the westbound 10 to the 405 north, and then when I saw the 101 open, I jumped on that. So we probably maybe would have been at this fire already, but like I said, I'm not mad at how things work out. I also have a way of, like I said, I can look to see if Alex has fed this out, because if I had anybody out, it would be Alex. I don't think James or anybody else would have been there or went to it, but Alex might have. I'm not quite sure. 16 Crown Vics Racing. Is that the Pursuit he has? It's also my understanding that Alien Alphabet is en route. I don't know if he's on his page or if he's on LAOC today. I'm assuming LAOC, but I could be wrong. All right, so he is en route there as well. So if you guys are watching on stringerslive.com, you're about to see at least two cameras at the same scene, and that's where stringerslive.com gets fun. So Damon obviously has stringerslive.com behind him, but remember, when Damon goes away, the action still stays. Oh man, I gotta pee. I don't want to hang out here and get stuck. I kind of have to pee. Well, ain't that a bum deal sometimes? We'll have to hold her and see how she works. I'm gonna turn right, and then what? Ooh, and then I'm good to go. Thank you. Thank you very much. Are you guys gonna go? Are you guys going? You guys go for it. I'll be right here watching you. Don't know why you... Never mind. I'll stop. These are noises I hear. Oh, I think Randy's on the chase. All right, so we're about to have some fun on stringerslive.com right now. We're about to have some fun on the Damon show. So it looks like OC Hawk. I could be wrong. Remember, I am getting messages accordingly. Once I park, I'll be able to tell you guys a little more. But it sounds like OC Hawk and LLN are on the pursuit. Sounds like LAOC and LLN are on the fire. So action. And this is why we are going to do a Saturday night show at 9. So this is the only time that it will be stapled. What's up, everybody? Hello, hello, hi. I don't know if Damon's looking at me or not. Sometimes it always works out that he is. So let me see you right now. lln.live, Randy is live. I just don't have him up yet. All right, cool. So what's up, everybody? Damon is showing me now. That works out just perfect. All right, so it appears that we have a pursuit going on right now where Randy and OC Hawk are going to grab it. I'm on my way to a fatal fire. I'll be there in about 5 minutes or less. We also have Alien Alphabet, who is with LAOC tonight. He is on his way to this fatal fire. So we're going to have, also I understand the PIO is on his way to the fire, and the PIO's boss will be watching. So the PIO is going to be doing some interviews. We'll jump in on those interviews. We don't need to ask him anything. We don't need to bother him. We're just going to stay behind the scenes and show behind the scenes. But it sounds like Stringers Live is up and rocking tonight. Up and rocking. So, hello, Damon. Hello, everybody. Hi, guys. Thank you for watching. Like I said, I am en route to a fatality fire. It's about 45 minutes old now. I'm guessing. It's how long have I been live? Yep, it's about 45 minutes old now. Yeah, so I was around the 6th Street Bridge when this fire came out. And I'm about to roll up on it. Now, I don't know if my team has already been here and fed it. I could be wrong. I have to look. But that's not why I'm here. I'm here tonight for Stringers Live. Now, if I grab some footage and I find no one else was here on my team, yeah, I'll send it in. But I'm here to I'm here for Stringers Live. And I will be getting out of the car in just a few moments. So everybody sit tight. Thank you. Have fun tonight. And if Randy and OC Hawk are on a pursuit, go watch them. Go watch them. Happy Saturday, everybody. Actually, let's go do this. Maybe this isn't the parking spot I want. Maybe I want a different parking spot. Maybe I want a different parking spot. Alright, here is the fatality fire. I'm guessing. I think, do I want to park over in front of it? Is what I'm kind of thinking I want to do. Yes, that is what I want to do. I want to park in front of it. Like I said, the story's not going anywhere. PIO is en route. There are a couple stations here, which means those guys will... Come on, man. You can do it. There's just one guy holding everybody up. I don't know what his deal is. Oh, thank you. There you go. Yeah, there you go. There you go. See? Just one guy was scared. Now, this ride in front of us, this thing looks pretty gnarly. All right, so it is going to take me a few minutes to get myself situated here, you guys. So bear with me. First things first, we're grabbing that. Next, we are grabbing this. Now we're grabbing this. And we're undoing this. That's annoying. I don't have my my computer, so I'm not even gonna try to feed this for breaking news 10 or 11. It's not what I'm doing right now. I'm here for Stringers Live. If I find out that nobody was here on my team, then I'll take some of this footage right now that I'm about to create, some of this content that I'm about to create, and send that out. But for the most part, I'm here for you guys. I'm here for you guys. Let me grab this. Put that in here. I don't need that. We can turn you off. I have to pee, but this isn't a good idea. Gotcha. Chief Miller. For a second there, I thought different Chief Miller. But I'm guessing it's not that Chief Miller. My wife just sent me a message. Guess who's up and still annoying the crap out of me? My buddy.
So we are at the scene of a fatality fire. We do have one confirmed victim. It appears that he was smoking in bed and accidentally.
We're gonna start treating this as a crime scene, so don't be getting too close. We're gonna start setting up tape where you can and cannot go, okay? Just let me know.
So, out of the way. So for right now, I'm just gonna stay right here. I'm gonna stay right here out of the way. So it's our understanding the man was smoking in bed. It is fatality fire. The wife, or I believe it's the wife, is over there talking to Chief Miller. So, bud. So, what's up?
What we got here? Special guest.
What's up? What's up? What's up? So, are you aware of what happened?
Just someone was found dead. He was deceased, right?
It is a fatality fire, and it sounds like it's going to be accidental. He was in bed smoking. But they are going to treat it like a crime scene. They are going to let's move out of the way of this ladder. So, the wife, partner, however you want to call it, I don't know, significant other is over there talking to the chief about it and the arson investigators. But per them, that's he said that he was canceled in the west. He got canceled. He said there's a bigger fire going on in Eagle Rock right now. Yeah, bigger fire in Eagle Rock. But he said right here. Oh, interesting cause, be first to know, and then it's gonna go, let's get out of their way right here. I don't know where I saw it. I don't know where I saw it, but I saw where it was accidental. Maybe it was taken down, I'm not quite sure. But we are missing a big fire.
Eagle Rock.
It can't be everywhere.
Yeah. All right, let me take a look around.
Yep. Alien. Part of their investigation. We're part of their investigation now. He snapped pictures of us, but that's fine. It's fine. LAFD is watching, so he knows where I was. And we all know where you were, but it's only because we were up in it. That's why. If we weren't up in it, they wouldn't have put us, but
It's all good.
if they ever see that footage somewhere, like say you got the body, now they know who did it. I don't think you can see the body in there.
Oh, okay.
But that's kind of why they did that, just as part of their investigation.
Yeah. I don't care. I didn't know anything.
That's kind of how I look at it. Yep. That's why it's a cool angle with literally smoking lights.
How old is it? They're like 45 minutes old? How old are they?
I'm gonna say an hour now. It's about an hour. Hey, what up, bud? You busy? You doing anything interesting? Are you doing anything interesting? Gotcha. Well, right now we are offering you a sad story. Haley and I are at a confirmed fatality fire where it appears the victim was smoking in bed. Appears he was smoking in bed. His wife is going to be right over here through these trees talking with LAPD. You can see the light on the back of her. We're just going to show the back of her for right now, but that's the wife talking to LAPD investigators, talking to arson. She's very animated. Her husband just died. So they are treating this as a crime scene, but it's looking like we possibly know the cause, but they have to do their job. They have to do what you call their due diligence. I'm going to say no. One, I don't know. Two, I'm going to say her wife here, you know, unless he's into older ladies, he's probably an older gentleman himself. Now, LAFD has been on my stream commenting. I believe that's where I got this information from. I do know that he is the one who sent me here, but I believe he is where I got the smoking information from. And he might pop up on yours and give you some heads up as well. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, so he might be able to give you some heads up. I'm not really looking at the chat so much right now. I do know that there's a big fire going on in Eagle Rock. I do know that there was a person, but I'm not watching. Right now, he would have told us who it was or who it might be, but he did say that they switched it. hold up, that might be Fox. This is literally, we're on Olympic and Bundy's right down the street, and that's where Fox is. So, you might watch the behind of how Fox grabs their footage, and if you look at, if you're watching the Fox broadcast at 10 o'clock, you might see them breaking in as breaking news at 10:30. So that's one of the things we do at Stringers Live, is to show everybody. And that's one of the things that I want to focus on, is the behind the scenes of the news. We'll show behind the scenes of, like I said, if you're into the news, Stringers Live is for you. Killer deal. Here at Crazy Gideon's. Crazy Gideon's, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm being a little quiet right now because I'm not eavesdropping in on the conversation, but I'm pointing the camera over towards, which is good. But you know, she's, yeah. So yeah. I don't know if she was in the house. I don't. I just know that when I got here, she was sitting. I don't want to be intrusive here. So I'm guessing that was Fox. Let's see if we confirmed correctly or not. Here we go. Well, she was sitting on the porch when we got here. So he has a live view. So he might be able to feed it straight to the stations. And it looks like he's going for breaking news. He ain't messing around. Yeah, he's not messing around. He's going for breaking news. What's up, man? So we'll let him do his thing. We don't want to get in his shot. So, I'm gonna fill Ellie in here. So I'm thinking that's Fox. He has a live view. He is turning that thing on now. They're gonna go breaking news at 10 o'clock.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. So for those of you guys watching, you can watch my Fox LA. You can watch Channel 11 if you're here locally. And he ain't messing around. He pressed that button, dude. And the live view is just a one touch and go. It's just a one touch and go, man. It's awesome. Yeah. Yeah, so they're trying to... So I'm going to leave the camera here behind him. So like I said, I get to show behind the scenes. That's what we get to do. We get to do.
Can I go get my little camcorder? No.
What?
There's no shots to get this.
Oh, for morning news?
Just put on my channel.
Oh, just put on your channel? Yeah. I mean, I have this, and if none of my guys were here, I'm going to take that. And I'm talking to Nick.
I got stuck center. I need to get a little setup like this.
Yeah, so... Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna give the heads up to somebody. Top to the seer and black dress with the hair. Yep. Alright, take care. So Bakersfield's busy tonight. They got some good calls out there. Looks like Adam in New York is on a good call right now. And we're on a decent call. So that is going to be Fox. Fox is going to be live real quick right now.
So they just use a regular live view to beat the Fox?
Yep. Because they can just, it's a link, and they can say where the link goes, and they just send them the link. And now they can do what you call a live stand-up. They don't have a reporter in front of them, but they can just be breaking news. We're live at the scene of a fatal. He zooms in on arson. That tells the story. See, he's zooming on arson now. You don't have to have flames to tell the story. As a stringer you do, but as a network you don't, or as streamers you don't. The story is the same.
What do you use to stream?
Right now, this is Streamlabs through the Scott Lane page.
Okay. Streamlabs.
Yeah, this is Streamlabs through the Scott Lane page.
Do you ever use the YouTube app? Look how shitty the zoom is.
I do. I use it when this page won't allow me to use it. That's why I'm using the app. The Scott Lane page won't allow me to use YouTube yet. No.
You don't have 1,000 pages?
I have 1,000. I don't have the 4,000 viewing hours. So I'm kind of giving it to myself right now. Hi, Mom. The problem is after the stream, I'll go play music, and then the stream goes away. So I have to learn not to play music after the stream. Last night was so much fun. Dude, my wife was like, looks like you had a good time last night. It was nice and relaxing, and you were having fun. I'm like, no scanners in the car. I was having a blast. No scanners in the car.
When I do Jeremy's stream, I don't play any music for the copyright, and it feels weird. You're just like, give me a plot. I don't have as many scanners as you. I got like one there.
I have none now, and it's awesome. All right, I think I'm gonna head out and go.
You going to Silver Lake?
No, I won't make it. I think what I might do is just stay on this road all the way into downtown. And if something happens, something happens. And if something doesn't, at least it was fun and visual. Have a good one, man.
All right. Later,
See ya. Hello. What's up, man? I'm good. How are you? I'm good. Yeah, go for it. It's all good. Yes. Thank you. I will. That was nice of him. So that is a fan, but that was very nice of him to wait. I saw him earlier, but he waited for me to come here and snapped a picture real quick. That was very nice of him to wait. He didn't have to wait. He could have went over there and bugged me, but he didn't. So that's really cool. I appreciate that. See you, man. Have a good one. It's good meeting you.
Thank you. Likewise.
So, let me get back to life, back to reality. And you go here. Where's everybody?
sounds like we're having a busy night, which is like good, right? That's the point. That is the point. So how's the show so far, everybody? I can kind of take a chance and glance here. And not my show as in this stream right here. I mean the Damon show, the real show. Stringers.live, stringerslive.com, Stringers Live YouTube page. Anywhere you want, you can find us. Sounds like 9 o'clock was the right time. So we'll be doing 9 o'clock from the foreseeable future on Saturdays. As for the other days that end in Y, dealer's choice. You never know when someone can pop up. I could pop up. Professor Marvel could pop up. Highly doubtful, but Professor Marvel could pop up. Damon could pop up. Adam, he'll pop up on his own channel. He won't pop up on Stringers Live. He just uses us. He just uses us. It's okay though. It's okay. We don't mind being used by Adam. All right, guys. We are in Beverly Hills. That's where we are right now. Driving in Beverly Hills. So we need to behave. Mind our P's and Q's. There's an accident not too far from us. Doesn't sound like it's gnarly though, but there is an accident on the 405 somewhere, but I'm not on the 405 right now. Philly has, dude, everybody's at a scene right now. Dude, Philly is on one tonight. Jason's been to like, what, 3 or 4 stories? Stringers Live is up and running. Good for us. Good for us. Happy Saturday, guys. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday to you. Happy Saturday to you. Happy Saturday to you. Happy Saturday to you. Should I go back to where I thought I was going to go? Wasn't I just here? I feel like I was just here yesterday. Go up into and do a little bit or some of and then maybe I don't know, man. Eli, it's called technology, my friend. It's technology. Sometimes it doesn't always work out for us. But what's more important is how is Damon's picture on Stringers Live. Stringers Live YouTube. Because that's where the show's going on right now. That's where the show is going on. Gringo Dad! Gringo Dad! Gringo Dad. I think I'm hungry. Oh, well, thank you, Eli. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the heads up.
everybody. Hello. Hi. My name is Scott. I work for a company, work with a company, run a company called lln, and some other things as well now these days. We are bored because there's no scanners. So weird. It is so weird. And I do want to turn some music on, I really do, but it'll just ruin everything, so I'm not going to. But yeah, man, so I'm looking for a story to stream and string. I do have a little camera with me here that I hope I have it with me. Did it make it? It made it. So when this is over, when this stream is over and I make my way home, I can actually see if anybody from my team fed this story, and if not, I'll feed it in the morning with my GoPro footage. I have enough to tell the story. I do know 3 hits I won't get, and that is 2, 9, and 11. But do your job. Do your job, and everything works out just fine. Do your job, everything works out just fine. Yes, Eli, you gave me the heads up that Damon's live is clear. Thank you for the heads up. Good eye, mate. I know what I'm eating when I get home. Did you know that Cheetos, like the brand Cheetos, they made a box of macaroni and cheese? I've been eyeballing it. I just got the craving for it right now, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, we have some bacon left over from this morning. Someone's gonna have mac and cheese and bacon when they get home. Sorry to support your channel, and guys, oh, I don't understand. Okay, I was saying thank you. Thank you for the support. $10 boxes live. Damn, there are 10 stringers live. And if you notice, if you go to stringers.live, you'll notice some names have dropped off. That is because we put a thing in there. We are not here to advertise you if you're not going live. The whole point is to go live. So if you're just gonna not go live and let your name just sit there and let people just see your name every day, no. If you go back live, actually I wanna make a straight. If you go live again, your name will pop back up, and after so many days it will drop off. Your girls love the Cheeto mac and cheese. All right, I'm looking forward to it. I am looking forward to it. All right, so here's Fairfax and Olympic. Just make a little bit of a left, and that's where my movie took place that I was watching today. Ooh, I don't want to do that. So let's do that. Cheeto Santino. Oh my gosh. Green, go, Dad. Green, go, Dad. I never heard of it either until it showed up in my cupboard. And then I saw it in my cupboard, and I go, oh, I know why she did this. I know why she did this. So I'm gonna try it out. It's the least I can do. It's the least I could do. It's the least I could do. That's not a lot of dollars. It's not a lot. We'll get there. We'll get to the 1K. Hey. Where the story's at? What's going on? What's Damon talking about? What's the D-Man discussing? Who's he with right now? I hear Philadelphia and Bakersfield's been busy tonight. Philadelphia and Bakersfield. I know LA is, but LA is always busy, so that's expected. But from what I understand is, as the kids say, some good content made its way onto our screens tonight. Just realized that the guys don't post their style. Everybody posts. We're all posted up. I have plans for all the cities. But yes, I have plans for Houston and them Rockets. Or them Astros. I have plans for them Astros. Uh-oh. Please don't turn. Thank you. We have a Vegas. Vegas, I believe, is live. He should be live, right? Damon is talking. Vegas. Awesome. do you keep doing that? Go ahead and stop. Stop. Pajama time. Stop. Pajama time. Uh-oh. Nope. Is new. Yeah, buddy. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That is right. I did hear him say that. That's new. That's kind of cool, man. It's kind of cool, man. Well, hello, Los Angeles. So, as you guys used to hear me say, my days are numbered in my vehicle, White Lightning. We named her after we sold her. Never called her White Lightning until the day after I sold it. So, you guys used to hear me say my days are and were numbered in White Lightning, and sure enough, that happened. So when I say my days are numbered here in Los Angeles, trust me when I say that. And I now know the days. A lot of things happened over the week. A lot of things happened over the past week. Today is Saturday, right? Yeah, today's Saturday. So sold a house and a car on Monday and basically bought a house on Tuesday. So I know numbers, I know dates, I know things. My days are numbered here in Los Angeles. Every time I look at this city, things go through my head. Every time I pass an intersection, things go through my head. I am very, very excited for the new adventures. I hope to see you all there with me. Sweet, that's happening. It's very exciting times. I can honestly say I've never been in these positions. I'm actually, and when I say this with a smile on my face. I'm gonna be homeless for about 2 weeks. It looks like I'm gonna be homeless for about 2 weeks. But like I said, man, I say that with a smile on my face. Because to me, that just means, oh, you want me to go on vacation for 2 weeks? Oh, I need to rent a place to sleep for 2 weeks? Why don't we make that place a nice place? Worked my ass off to get out of here. And now once I get there, I'm about to work my ass off nonstop to stay there and build what I'm doing. So how about it kind of seems like society forced me to, all the stars aligned and forced me to take a 2-week vacation. Now, when I say take a 2-week vacation, I'm going to be homeless for 2 weeks. I'm going to be in between homes. I know where that's at. What's up, Bronson? I'm going to be homeless. But, I ain't mad at being homeless. It'll be the most exciting homeless adventure I'll ever have. So, if you were born and raised in Southern California and you were forced to hang out somewhere for 2 weeks and you knew you might never, ever possibly surf again, what would you do? What would you do? Yes, hit the waves. Yes, surf. And Eli, I forget no one. Especially when they continually remind me. Hee hee. I will definitely be skating. I will definitely be skating. I'm also going to be, I was hoping I was going to surf with Al, but Al is not around, so I won't be surfing with Al. Most likely I'll be surfing maybe with Professor Marvel and with my cousin. My sister lives down that area where I'm going to go hang out, so I can go hang out with her, but I've never been happier to be homeless. I've never been happier to be homeless. I just have to coordinate some things, and I'm very good at coordinating. I just need to coordinate some things. And right now we basically have most everything coordinated except for about one thing. And that seems like an easy two things. Seems like an easy coordination though. Seems like an easily correlation. I'm pretty sure I said hi to you a dozen times tonight. I said hi to you. I said thank you to you. I don't know what else to do to make you happy, man. Just killing the vibe. Well, hello, downtown Los Angeles. How you doing? What's going on? What's up, LAFD? So there's like 3 structure fires that came out in South LA. Any of them anything? I don't bust ass over there because I don't need to. If I'm near it, I'll go to it. But I don't have a big camera right now. I do have guys out, don't forget. I do have a regular crew. Those guys are out covering things, so. Did any of those fires become anything? Not for you. Right on, right on. At least you LOL'd it, Eli. At least you LOL'd it. Oh, what's up, downtown LA, man? What's up, downtown LA? I'm gonna have to get me some chicken and rice real soon here. Every time I see these places, I was like, it gets me. Rubbish. Vermont 46 was just rubbish. Awesome. Forgot you don't have CAD. That's funny. He was telling me what incident I should check out. Or how many incidences have taken place. One of those two. Now, back in the day when I was with On Scene, and it's long enough now where I don't think anybody can get in trouble for it, but back in the day, and Mr. LFD knows the former owner of On Scene, that guy was able to get us LA County CAD. And I don't think we were allowed to have it. And we had LA County CAD, and then when Josh got in his little incident, he got rid of it, and I don't know where it went from there. But I mean, this was, what, 15 years ago? 16 years ago? I don't think anybody's going to call him and be like, hey, man, you guys were watching us. That is pretty funny, Eli. That is pretty funny. Whoa, hey, look at that. That's some great driving skills there, pal. Great driving skills from Virginia. Welcome to Los Angeles. Uh-oh. I don't want to go there either. Morton's? They got a sign that says they're open. That place is like dark and dingy. Good food, but it's like dark and dingy. And you can tell every waiter is an actor. Well, Dan, it sounds like I'm driving you crazy because you keep asking the same question. And I'll give you this answer. Don't worry about it. But I'll text it to you later. Let's just say it's very smooth and luxurious. It's the most luxurious car I own right now. It's my in limbo vehicle. That's what I'm driving. I'm driving in limbo. In limbo. And that's why when the dude who found me to take the picture, he's like, I just happened to see you when I was driving by. No. You didn't happen to see me because nobody knows what kind of car I'm in. You stream sniped me. Which is fine, it's okay. He was very polite about it, but he did say, I was driving by and I saw you. Shit. Did I hear about the pursuit in Hollywood? I did not hear about the pursuit in Hollywood. I'm not hearing anything, as you could hear. I hear nothing. The only thing I have right now is LAFD, and not just in the stream. I'm able to know if they go to a fire or a crash. But for the most part, man, like I said, I'm freeballing it right now. We're just freeballing it. Just freeballing it, driving around the city, making beautiful video for Stringers Live. There's the Broad. I do want to go to the Broad before I get out of here. I have not been there, and COVID hit, and I wasn't able to go there. And these guys are taking pictures. Aren't you guys adorable? Happy whatever birthday, anniversary. Good for you. This is Los Angeles. But I want to make my way to the Broad. I've never been to the Broad. I know a few Broads, but I've never been to the Broad. Now, I have been to all the other ones that are around here. I've been to LACMA. I've been to Mocha. I've been to all of them but the Broad. So, I am looking forward to the Broad at some point in life. The Broad is a museum. The Broad is a museum. I feel like in my head I'm hearing ching 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 ding 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 ching 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 ching. It's like Vegas, and now it's over. That was our Vegas look-alike. Gringo Dad! Gringo Dad! Whoa! Gringo Dad! Alright, for those of you Grand Theft Auto people, here you go. Here you go for you Grand Theft Auto people. There you go. I just got a note that said Cali Field is at the best scene right now. By far. So it looks like Damon's going to be making his way to Bakersfield in just a minute here. Making your way to Bakersfield. Everything you got. Hey, where's this guy going? In front of us. I see, I believe it's an RA. I could be wrong though, but I'm guessing it's a medical call, because I wasn't notified about anything. He said yes, medical call. Whoa, careful there, pal. Oh, where's that LAPD helicopter going in a hurry? That helicopter was going somewhere in a hurry. Medical call on 3rd. Boom. Called it, and thank you very much for the info. Thank you very much for the info. Green Go Dad. So when are they gonna open up Bottega Louie back up? Or are they not? Did Louie get closed down? Are they COVID effect? Now there's a place over on 7th that I want to go to that I keep forgetting about until I see it. What was it? Paula's? That place was awesome. That place used to be awesome, but I don't think it's awesome anymore. I think Bottega Louie's got COVIDed out. They didn't make the cut. They didn't make the COVID cut. Ooh, what you got over there? I'm gonna say weird clouds. An LA bucket list. Dude, I've been living that bucket list, but you're right. There is a couple of places, there's a couple of things I want to do. The seafood place that I want to go to, it doesn't matter if I go there or not. It's not that big of a deal. That other place did look like I want to at least go there once. I do want to hit the Broad. The zoo, it doesn't matter. There's zoos everywhere. But sometimes there definitely are no two same restaurants. I did want to take Bronson to Hollywood Boulevard, and I did. I got the picture of Spider-Man, which, in 20 years will be hilarious when Bronson comes back to Hollywood. That's what's really weird. That's what's really, really weird is, where's he going to go? What's he going to do? Is he going to embrace his California roots? Or is he going to ignore them? It's going to be hard to ignore them. It's going to be really hard to ignore them. Chanel. Fast. Fast, unfortunately. I like food too much to enjoy it. Might have to think about that one for a minute, but I like food too much to enjoy it. Yeah, I was a tourist. I went there as a tourist. Will Bronson go back as a tourist, or will he come back for work? I'll definitely be back. I'll be coming back forever for work. Back and forth for work. But as opposed to living, well, I would have never thunk 5 years ago that I would ever leave California. No way. But opportunity came knocking, and I said, hello? Hi. Hi. How are you? Opportunity came knocking, and I said, what's up? I'll answer that call. I will answer that call. Shalaka-laka. Make that call now. That says the Adam Carolla Show, presented by Hyundai. That is what that says. That's kind of cool. Hashtag stop AAPI hate. I don't know what that is. The Adam Carolla Show, presented by Honda. That's kind of cool. I did not realize that Carolla was there. That's cool. Gotcha. I'm not into the lingo, but now I know the lingo. Sig alert, unknown duration, 5 at Hollywood Way. That usually means DB. I do have CHP. I could look at that. I have that CHP CAD LAFD. I have that CAD. As we all do. That's why I laughed. Now, I will say this, LAFD. If you would like to give me access to the CAD, I don't think anybody on here will complain about that. LOL, haha, JK. Sorry, not sorry. Chanel, yes, and they are all old classic theaters, and some of them have been redone. But yeah, there's a good, what LAFD will know more than I, but there's at least, 6 working theaters on the street? And a lot of them only open up for movies. Some of them only open up for TV. Some of them will do a show, like the Carolla thing. My niece rented out one of these up here a little more north. My niece rented out a theater to show her. She did a project with for a show. But yeah, they are working theaters. The Palace, man, come on. They got the Orpheum, I believe. Right there's Los Angeles. There's a few of them. Boom. Stringers live right now. Tomorrow my kids are going to Candy Crush. Has anybody been to Candy Crush yet? And unfortunately, they are going during the day, not at night. But they're going to Candy Crush. I'm not going to Candy Crush. What am I doing tomorrow? I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. What am I doing tomorrow? Well, I'm glad I was able to take you guys to at least one story. It wasn't a breaking news story. It was a streaming news story, but news is news. And I'm glad you guys enjoyed today's show with Mr. Damon at the helm. Damon Helm Heller? We'll just call him Damon. We'll just call him Damon. row. I don't want to go to the 5 at Hollywood. I will not lie to you. I am, though, gonna see if we can find some stuff around here. I could pull over and find out what's up with that crash. I can do a little bit of information. Let's see. Green, go, Dad. Alright, visual TC from a white van versus a wall vehicle on the right shoulder. Per Duke confirms vehicle LAFD borderline Burbank. Sig alert for the off ramp for unknown duration. Doesn't say fatality, but usually unknown duration means that. It says Sig alert for Hollywood Way off ramp from southbound 5 for unknown duration. And what's the crash on 92nd? Vehicle versus gate. Rude. 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 Alright, well now what? What's he saying? He's saying something. What are you saying? You're saying 6th and Broadway group with guns. I don't want to go over there. Dude, I'm on Broadway. And I'm pretty sure I saw that group with the gun. That's funny. So, Damon scanner? That's funny. I just got notified about it, so here's First Street. We drove by that group. I saw a shady looking group. It makes sense. But whatever, man. Whatever. I'm en route. It must have said it as I was passing it. And was I the guy with the gun? Jeez, when that came over the air, I was probably passing that. I'm at 6th and Broadway in 1 minute. I mean, here's 3rd and Broadway. We'll make this light. Well, wait, actually, let's be careful. LAPD might be flying through here if there is a man with a gun call. And stop and go. And stop and go. I used to have a spot right here to the right. That's where the Loud Lab studio was, the first one. The second one was down at Washington and Hill. And the third one's going to be mobile. But, alright, well, this is Broadway and 6th. Those guys all look like they're working. Those look like workers. I don't see the shady group unless they're over here or they moved. Because I saw some dudes within some cars. But I don't think so, man. I'm at 6th and Broadway. It's very quiet in here. It's very quiet. I have a plan. I have a plan. I have a plan. I have a plan. Oh yeah, downtown was thriving hard. Downtown was thriving hard. Matter of fact, they were starting to turn a lot of offices into living quarters because people were not renting their offices here, but they wanted to live here. So a lot of buildings have been turned into, when you see stuff like this to the right, the perfect example right there to the right. These are the kind of buildings that have been offices, but now they're turning them into places to live, lofts. And we're building huge complexes in downtown right next to LA.live. Though Corona slowed that, but now it's back up. And those rooms are going to be a lot cheaper than they were going to be originally. And you can find some really cool rent down here right now. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Downtown was thriving huge. In my past, I've lived in downtown and I've had 2 offices and 1 studio office. Well, okay, so I lived in one spot. We had the studio at one spot, the studio at another, and I had an office at another. So I've had 4 different spots in downtown, right? Yep. 4 different spots. One of them was an absolute ripoff. That was the housing. Absolute ripoff. The Roosevelt is a really nice place to live, but you're just paying someone else's rent. I had an office at the Block. That was the best thing. That was the best thing. That was the best. the downtown loft at SB right here where the studio was. It's kind of a ripoff as well. And the outcome didn't turn out how I wanted. And then I had, we moved it to a smaller place at Washington and Hill. That was cool too. That was actually priced the best, but just didn't work out, man. Didn't work out. I don't work well with others. That's basically why I'm sitting in a car by myself with no radios and scanners in it. Oh, I make myself laugh. I joke. I kid. Spicy Dame. They're not planters. It's outside seating, outside dining. There's a pandemic going on here, and Los Angeles was the example of things. Apparently there is a big car meet going on right now in Bakersfield. Go check out Cali Field or Damon. One of the two. Whoop-de-whoop-de-woo. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. Gringo Dad. What's up, BXM? What's going on? What's going on with Stringers Live? What's up? What's up with Stringers Live? Yeah, these places right here, those are going to be some awesome spots. Awesome. They're just adding on right here. Just adding on. Add on. Hey, look, we're on Fig. We're on Fig, Damon. Look, Damon, we're on Figueroa. We're on Fig. Heading down Fig. No locations. Bunch of trolls tonight? That means, hey, honestly, BXM, that means, so from my experience, when you get trolled hard, means you're doing things correctly. Like, look at me, I haven't got trolled at all today. And I'm not doing things correctly tonight. But the fact that Stringers Live got trolled, that's good. That's good. That means we're doing it right. That means we're doing it right. I do have a team. I do have a team, and I will not lie, man. Every single time I think about that, I always think to 6th grade softball team when I was team captain. 6th grade softball. I was team captain. I picked a good team in 6th grade. I picked a good team. I feel like I picked a good team now. Got a good team with Stringers Live. The thing about Stringers Live is everybody's doing their own thing individually. All the stringers, all the guys behind the scenes, all the moderators, everybody's doing their own thing. But together, we come together for Stringers Live as a whole. And this is the result. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. It's funny, I made a TV show about how competitive this business is, and then just turned it around and said, we don't need to be competitors anymore. We all can be friends. And that's kind of what season 2 is going to be about. Although some people are still upset about it, though. So, yeah. Have they opened this drive-thru? It doesn't matter. This place is closed right now, anyways, right? Yeah, she's closed. She's closed. Whoa, no. All right, so I am on Figueroa. I am on the street that is haunted, right? Is this not the haunted street now? So I'm on Fig. We're about to pass where last week our night started and didn't end until the morning. Right back there was, we passed location 2 and 3. We're about to hit location 1. So, hello everybody. We are on Figueroa. We know that this is... Now, I've been covering this this corridor, this area for 2 decades. And I never figured Fig. I always figured 110. I always say anything up and down the 110 and a 5-mile radius that way or that way. That's where I cover. But Fig runs up and down the 110, so I never associated Fig to a thing, and Fig is now a thing. So there's Broadway is as well, but you're always going to hear calls on Figueroa, man. For some reason, Fig wins. So I'm on Fig now. Hopefully Fig loses tonight for the sake of the city. We hope Figueroa loses tonight, but for the sake of Stringers and us, we hope Figueroa provides. But in the meantime, I am going to say goodbye to everybody here. I appreciate you all. I appreciate the Damon. I appreciate you guys watching the show. I'm going to stay live for about another 5-10 minutes, but I just wanted to say goodbye in case the Stringers Live crew is watching. Take care, Damon. Have a good one, man. And see you on the next one, because we don't know when the next one's going to be. We don't know, do we? Peace out, dude. I remember watching the Looney Tunes back in the day, and anytime Bugs Bunny was conducting an orchestra, it'd be Figaro, 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 Figaro. So that's always what I hear and feel anytime I'm down here. I always think of Bugs Bunny. Figaro, 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 Figaro. Figaro, 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 Figaro is where we are now. Thank you so much for hanging with us. And if you keep your eye out, you might see some things. I don't want to be on Figaro, 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 Figaro. As a kid, I used to always say that because I used to always watch Looney Tunes, so I was always repeating Figaro, 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 Figaro. What is that from? Anyone? It's from something. It's from a song, right? Barbershop Quartet or something like that. You just finished yours out there. 661 LASD, LA County. You guys were live? Email me your YouTube page, please. Unless it's not YouTube, because right now we can only throw YouTube on. If you email me and send me your page and you don't have any lives on there, there's a good chance I'm not going to add you. If you have any, a lot of people just started to try to go live so they can be on the platform, but if you're not an experienced live streamer, it's not as easy as you want it not to be. Then why do you have to be on the other side? Why does it have to be on the other side? Yeah, it's not where I wanted you to be. Why are you so far away? Damn, that's far. Anybody want to go Compton? Anybody want to go Compton? All right, so. Oh! Gotcha! I gotcha. I did not. Oh, look at that. Oh, we're gonna go to a crash right in front of us. I did not realize that you guys were one and the same. That's awesome. Right on, dude. Look at that pinky ring. Damn. I have donated to you. That was during my my drunken donate night. There was a night in Laguna that apparently I did some drunk donating. I did some drunk donating. And you're welcome. You're very welcome. And thank you for allowing us to share you. What I would like you to do, 661 LASD, I would appreciate you to go into your studio, go into your analytics, and look at outside sources and tell me where we sit. Like, you'll see Google, you'll see Yahoo, you'll see stringers.live, you'll see Facebook. Go into your studio and go into outside sources and let me know where we stand, like what percentage we're at, or if we're on there. And same for anybody else who's listening right now. That's the whole point. The whole point of us to create the platform was to change your analytics and to help you get more viewers, more subs, more eyes on your channel. So I thought you were just a friend of theirs. I didn't realize you were them, but right on, dude. Right on, right on. All right, so we have LAPD circling over here to the right. We do have an accident reported up here, and the accident most likely is because people were staring at, like, see how there's a lot of traffic right here? That's all because of all the nakedness going on around us right now. There's a bunch of nakedness going on around us, and if you watch the nakedness, you might hit a vehicle. And if you hit a vehicle, well, then that's an accident. So yeah, it's 11:30 in the morning right now. 11:30 in the morning, 11:30 at night right now, and Fig is a poppin'. Fig is a poppin'. And I won't lie, I don't want to be here right now. This is a dumb spot to be. I need to get out of here. Dude, she is wearing nothing. She's wearing nothing. She's wearing nothing. Dude, come on, man. It's 62 degrees. Aren't you cold? The accident is in front of us. It was like at 76th and Broadway, but it doesn't appear to be anything gnarly. But let's go see what these guys are doing over here. This seems to be like something. We have a containment going on. We are in, where are we? Southeast? 77th Division? I don't know, but we have a containment going on. Definitely have a containment going on. I see the number. Oh, I just heard some noises. Canine's here, Canine's here. They got this blocked off. This is where I met Alex. All right, so let's check this out for a bit. I'm hearing some noises. I'm hearing some noises. Is Damon still on? Is Damon still live, you guys? Yeah? All right, cool. I'm at a containment in South LA. I don't know what kind of containment, but there is canine here. And I'm hearing some bangs, but that could be anything. It's South LA. All right. I don't know how long we're gonna hang out here, but we'll hang out here for a few minutes.
You guys hearing that? That's LAPD making those big noises. Something happened, they're all moving. See them all moving up there?
Yep. All right, looks like they're going in.
So they all just entered that house right there. There was a bunch of LAPD right here, and there's probably about a half a dozen that just entered that home right there after we heard those big bangs. I won't lie. Those tacos smell good. I won't lie, that stuff smells good. Kellogg, it is. You're absolutely right. It is more chilling. All right, he's gone. They might have their guy in custody. We did have a bunch of LAPD units make their way from there to there. Looks like he's on his way to something else. Maybe it's the crash. I was on my way to a crash on 76th. I was on my way to a crash on 76th and Broadway. It does... Now it looks like he left. But the crash on 76th and Broadway did not seem to be that big of a deal. Although that's pretty much where he is. He's at that crash, so let's go check that crash out. Maybe that crash became something. Speaking of crashes, we got a crash right there. I'm wondering if that guy ran from that crash to there. Interesting. But, I mean, let's see here. We are at 71st, pretty much is what it's going to be. 70, let's talk about the numbers. We're basically at 71st, and the crash was at 76th, so that looks about 5 blocks away. That might be where they're going, so I'll head to that as well. That's where we were going, and then I saw this guy circling. Hi. Take this little jacket off. Make our way over to that crash. All right, well, I think I know where he's going. I think I know where he's going. Not a good idea. Is it a pursuit? Might be a pursuit. because that guy's moving. So here's where the crash was. This is where the crash came out at. Tracy, where are you watching this? Miss Tracy, where are you watching this? Where are you watching all this action from? So whatever it is, it's at their police station. This is 77th Division Police Station. It is weird following stories without knowing what's going on. Like it's really weird. For years, I've always known what they're talking about. And I'm not listening on purpose. I know that there are people listening. I might have somebody here. I don't know. I'm doing all this by the fly on purpose. But whatever's happening is happening at their police station. Right across from their police station. Yeah, the crash was on, was it Broadway? I thought it was 76th and Fig, but maybe it was 76th and Broadway. I just got my my communications messed up. That's the original call that we were going to before we went to the containment. Alien got into a crash, but he's okay.
This car got something taken off of it though. Alright, so
All right, I'm guessing it's over. I'm guessing it's over. Or a new call.
I think I need to get some gas. I think I do. I think I need to get some gas. All right, I'm gonna say goodbye to y'all. It's been a fun night. Yeah, everybody's turning back into headquarters. They're all making their turn back into headquarters. Damn. What's up, everybody? All right, that seems like is a great time to say goodbye. Goodbye, remember motorcycles are loud. Tomorrow is promised to no one. We learned that at the Fatality Fire. I don't care what your government says. Hug your loved ones. Later, losers. Maybe. We'll see. Doesn't let us.